race about to get underway then. Lights go out now, and away we go, and it's a good start by Roycenars there by the looks of it from the outside of the front of the grid. Craig Land was a little bit sluggish away. He might lose a position or two on the run up to Richie's corner for the first time, but it looks like it's going to be Roycenars number 84 in the lead of the race then, and David Martin from the outside of the second row has managed to move up into second place. So Martin West, the pole position driver, losing a couple of positions as well.
I reckon what was going on there, Ian, was the racing line, which has been dried, which is the left-hand side of the circuit, isn't it? That's where everyone was getting the better starts from, the outside of the grid. But Craig Land now passing everybody because they're all going wide.
Yes, very deep. Sean Brame in particular, very deep, and that's Paul Clark that's had a spin. He's been collected by somebody else, some going to the left, some going to the right. It's the 28 car of Dave Berry that's also involved. Paul Clark tries to rejoin, but manages to just about avoid creating another melee in his wake. But certainly a bit of action there up at Wilson Hairpin on the first lap.
I don't think there's much grip out there, Ian. I think that's fair to say. There wasn't much off the line watching the cars get away, particularly on that inside line. But Craig Land, who did initially make a good start, got to the front. They're all over the place trying to work out where the grip is. I don't think anyone's really sure where to go. There's about 5 different lines being taken by the top 5, and only after half a lap everyone's spread out quite a lot here the conditions are tricky. Here comes Paul Clark trying to gain positions back up the inside of 2 cars. Is he going to get the car stopped for the corner? Not particularly well, and there's a car in his wake as well.
And that's the number 31 car of Glyn Griffiths. It was Tony Mole that Clark was trying to move past, and Mole was one of the drivers involved in an incident at Murray's in yesterday's race, which brought about the red flag. 3 cars managed to get tangled up, and I think 2 other cars have been involved in the beginning of that incident. But Craig Land then, championship leader, once drop scores are taken into account, with those all those wins so far this season, is getting away from the rest here. Martin West is trying to fight back. Didn't actually see how he managed to fall back as far as he did, but he's getting a place back now along the Bentley Straight from 1 or 2 other drivers.
That was Sean Brame to go 4th at that stage. It looks like he might get, I think that's David Martin for 3rd by the time he gets to the end of this race. It's Cole Roussenars there in 2nd, who did lead at one point in this race. The Martin West, who started from pole, wasn't it? He's now into P3. But say Craig Land's got a decent gap at this stage. So then there's Martin in 4th, then Sean Brame behind him in 5th. But again, everyone moving around the circuit trying to work out where the grip is at this stage. And Dave Berry, one of the drivers who's been involved in the incident, by looks like on the first lap.
Yeah, his front right looks a little bit deranged to me, so I think he might just be coasting back to the paddock rather than anything else. So coming up towards the end of this first lap in the Demon Tweeks Yokohama Locost Championship race, a few jostles further down as drivers try and reclaim positions that they may have off. Roycenars there looked a little bit scrappy through Murray's, trying to find where the grip is there. All of them really just pushing the limits of adhesion, but it's Craig Land who's in a clear lead. Someone's got a 10-second penalty. We can't see the number of the car that's got the 10-second penalty. That will be for a jump start. It's number 40, David Martin, then, that's got the jump start penalty, and he was, as they crossed the line that time, in 4th position, so that will drop him back down the order. But it was Land by 4 seconds leading the race as they came through at the end of lap 1 from Roycenars in 2nd, West in 3rd, Martin 4th, but with that penalty, and then Sean Brame 5th, and he is being attacked for that position by the number 9 car of William Wright, the driver from Derby, trying to go up the inside into Wilson Hairpin.
Yeah, William Wright had a really good race yesterday, by far his best result, well inside the top 10, and having a good start to this race, and inside the top 6, even better than yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Possibly he enjoys these damp conditions that we faced with this morning. That first lap of the race took just over 3 minutes for Craig Land to complete. The fastest lap, obviously not from a standing start yesterday, was much quicker than that. Just trying to remind myself of exactly how fast that was yesterday. It was a 2:23, so that's an illustration of how difficult these conditions are.
William Wright has now gone around the outside of Sean Brame there at Agostini, so yeah, he's enjoying this. He's up to 5th position now, which I guess really is 4th because David Martin ahead. We know about that penalty of 10 seconds, so William Wright here at Snetterton is enjoying this weekend. Hardy completes the top 10 after 2 laps of racing, and we're at half distance now in this race after 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes. This lead of almost 8 seconds, probably more than 8 seconds now by the time he's heading down to Agostini once again. It is Martin West in 2nd position, Carl Roy in 3rd, and it's another big gap back to 4th position. That's where we find William Wright as our in third, and it's another big gap back to fourth position. That's where we find William Wright as our picture of Agostini by number 79, Tom Parker, as well.
Star of this race, isn't he? Tom Parker, who was the fastest driver at Silverstone as well, but didn't get the results that his pace that suggested.
Had a win last season, I think, didn't he? At what point it was a podium contender. It's not, things haven't panned out from this year so far, but down a little bit.
Another fastest lap for Martin West, despite what was quite an off-track excursion there at Murray's, but that is battered by Tom Parker. So Tom Parker's got the fastest lap of the race now at 2 minutes 48.22, but no one's really going to be close enough to catch the cars in front. Craig Land's actually caught the car because he's lapping Kevin Straw there at the Wilson hairpin.
Another driver to go well from 9th on the grid up to 4th position, one of his best results, I should think. Number 73, 5th to number 9, William Wright, so that's a best result.
Land. Well, he'll only get 2 points on Martin West, though, because Martin West has got the fastest lap, 2 minutes 46.96. So it'll be 13 points on net scores after this weekend at Snetterton, as Ian said earlier, Brands Hatch in September, and Alton Park in October. So it's all Motorsport Vision circuits for the Locost Championship to conclude their season, and all is still to play for, really, despite all those wins for Craig Land because of those problems earlier in the year.
Absolutely right. Apologies, by the way, for any technical difficulties we're having both on the live stream and with Circuit PA. We are working on those, and we will hopefully get all of those resolved before too much longer. So we've got another 3 races to come before the lunch break. We're going to start with the race parts 750 Formula Championship. That's going to be up next, and there will be the scheduled 1 green flag lap for those cars and a 15-minute race. And then it's the Tweeks Yokohama Classic Stock Hatch Championship and the Martins Group Formula V Championship as well to round out the morning's action before we're back underway just after 1 o'clock with the Freaky Parts Sports Specials Championship, the Centenary Race for the Austin Sevens, the Calm All Porsche Trophy, the Race Part 750 Formula Championship having their 2nd race of the day, 3rd and final race of the weekend, and of course we round off with the 80-minute race, the 3-hour race for the Tagiwa Club Enduro Championship as well. So hopefully we'll be able to head down to the Parc Ferme area in a moment to hear from our successful drivers at the end of the Tweeks Yokohama Low-Cost Championship. But we're not quite ready and able to go down there just yet. So as I say, Low-Cost have 3 more meetings to round out their season. There's more 750 Motor Club action, by the way, next weekend. That's at Donington Park, live streamed affair there. And then on the Sunday, to mark the Summerfest, the BMW Car Club gathering taking place at Donington Park for the first time. Then there'll be selected races, the BMW races, effectively during the course of the day.
Laps left, so yeah, but very, very happy with that from 21st. We had a bad weekend so far, so good way to round it off.
A good way to round it off, and in tricky conditions. I mean, talk us through those conditions.
Yeah, the track was developing lap after lap, and it was just unbelievably greasy. It was using wet lines then dry lines, and just changing every single lap trying to find the grip. So yeah, very tiring and stressful, but we got there in the end, eh? Yeah.
Well, Tom, congratulations on your podium. Go and celebrate with the rest of your team.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Tom Parker then in 3rd place. And that wraps up our first race today. Next up, it's the Race Part 750 Formula Championship.